Yes, so we will start today with some revision. Um, let's have a nice revision with your book, which you'll have. I'm talking about grade 10th ICSE. This is as per understanding computer application. We have this syllabus of 9 standard along with syllabus of 10 standard. Let's start with the first unit. I think that will be helpful for you all if we start. Unit 1. Today we'll just we'll have a glance of Unit 1. This is like a small help for all those people, those who are going to attend their um, board exam for 2024 ICSE 10 standard. So it's like a kind of small help for each and every unit and chapter, of course. So we'll be discussing with this all the things, maybe the theory part, maybe the programming part, which is involved in each and every topic. So let's begin. Rambia, are you there? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you're there, right? Okay. So I'm sharing my screen right now. So I'll just place my. This is my Blue Jay window. I hope you know this, Aditya. This is
Yes, sir.
my Blue Jay window. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And I have one sample class. Now before this, let's first check out for the unit which we are going to discuss today. That is Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming. Now, actually, the topic is very simple. It's not like some complicated stuff. It's like just the old thing has been revised. Now, here, what has been shown initially when you see this page, it shows you about object-oriented programming and procedure-oriented programming. Now, these two are what? These two are style of programming. Actually, it is style of programming. Like how you say, sir, the old style and the new style. So something here also, the procedure oriented means an old style of writing programming, and object oriented is new style of programming. So earlier, when the programs were written by using, you can say, C, C++, basic programming, they all those programming languages, they used to use procedure oriented kind of style, or you can say paradigm. So that style which was there, which was used in the olden days, when computer programming just started, in those days C was using this POP, that is procedure oriented language. In this we had all the advantages, and of course it was having some disadvantages also. And the special disadvantage was like the data flow was anywhere. So any program can access your data means your actual information. So there were many shortcomings in that particular like style of programming. So from there, these people, they switched over to object oriented programming language. This was something new which was being followed by Java, you can say Smalltalk, Python, and all these programming languages. This was the old one, which you can see over here. There were some limitations of procedure-oriented languages, that is, no restriction on data values. So data values anyone can hack also, or whatever. They can have an unauthorized access. Then cause of problems, and the programmers, while debugging, they had a problem. So there was no reusability concept. That means once the code is made, if you want to reuse again, you cannot reuse in a proper way. So all these problems were there, shortcomings were there. So they switched over to object-oriented programming. This is what the actual picture is. And then now in Java programming, since we are learning Java, which is there in our ICSE syllabus, it is following this style of programming, that is object oriented programming language. Now here we have some say some elements like objects, we talk about data functions and all these things we talk about. Now this style of programming, actually, what this people, those who design this style of object oriented programming language, they actually thought of, say simplifying all the problems which are there, which you can see, which you can, which you want to solve it. They are trying to simplify it in a simple way, and that also like by using the, what you can say, the natural examples. So they came up with the concepts like, you can say, the principles. They came up with the, like, the main thing, like what is the object-oriented programming, actually what is a base? So base is like they have all these elements, like abstraction is there, encapsulation is there. You people must have studied all this in your ninth standard, right? Ramya, hello, Aditya, can you hear my voice? Hello, are you there? Hello. Acha, so the principles of OOPS. Normally, this has been taught in the school. Principles of OOPS. Now, in this, what happens? We have all the concepts like data abstraction. We have encapsulation. All these things are there. Now, these all things are actually making your problem solving easy. So the most important part is it is trying to make the your code, or you can say whatever the problem is there which you're trying to find a solution in a programming, it's going to become easy. Now here the main advantage, if you see, of this style of programming, now why we are learning this style of programming, because it is having some advantages and which are more beneficial than the previous style of programming. The पहला जो previous style of programming कौन सा था? POP was there, that is procedure oriented programming, ये वाला ऊपर वाला. It was having advantages, but now over the period those things are not considered. Just like अगर आप देखते हो कि earlier there were houses without CCTV cameras. Now CCTV cameras and surveillance, this all things are required by seeing the, like the environment, you can say the conditions around your place. तो ऐसा है, like there are rising problems of robbery and all these things are there, so we require security cameras. In earlier days, like you can say around say 25 to 30 years back, there were no CCTV cameras, nothing, but now that has become a necessity. तो वैसे ही your object oriented programming language, it is like you can say, it's overcoming all the problems which were there earlier, which were faced by the programmers earlier. Now it is being solved, or you can say we have a better solution than which was there earlier. So all these concepts which are there, like this, all big terms which you people have studied in ninth standard, all these terms are actually very simple. If you talk about abstraction, see the image given over here, it shows a person driving a car. He's actually holding the steering wheel and the gear, so he's controlling the car. Now if you see, this person have not seen each and every component of his car, but still he knows how to drive the car. Why? Because that is not required. What he needs to know is how to drive the car, how to use the steering wheel, how to use all the other features. So what is being shown or what is being allowed is called as data abstraction. Then then encapsulation means what? Something which is hidden in the sense, like see, when this person applies brake, he doesn't knows what happens inside the engine or in the car, but its car stops when he applies the brake. So the mechanism for applying the brake and the mechanism for accelerating the car is hidden, which is not required to be shown. Just like your human body, now when you eat food, can you see how it goes in your intestine and how it creates energy? No, it is not shown. So that is completely hidden. That is encapsulated. After eating food, when you get power, you get energy. So that is your abstraction. You come to know, okay, let's say, yeah, I'm feeling now energetic after eating some food. So the same thing is from the nature. These people have brought these qualities to the program. And if you see further, they have shown like how the things are now. See all these diagrams which are there, maybe these are some complicated diagrams which you can people are seeing right now over here, but the diagram itself tells you, okay, like how one data of one particular object cannot be accessed by any other person. Just like for example, if one student is there, Aditya is there, and he has a mobile phone, and one says, Aditya, तुम्हारा मोबाइल मुझे दो. तो आदित्य बोलेगा, नहीं नहीं, ये मेरा पर्सनल मोबाइल है, मैं किसी को दे नहीं सकता, मैं शेयर नहीं कर सकता. तो द सेम वे here also, the data, the program, in the program, all the data and functions which are given, they actually secured the data, and they allow the data can be used only for a specific use, or you can say only for you can give access to only a specific area or a specific you can say class. So like I'll just give a practical example in this. Then we have an inheritance, which is just like your normal real life thing, that okay, like a parent ka property is inherited by the child. Maybe it can be a biological one, or you can say anything. Maybe you can see your dad's mobile is your mobile because you are inheriting his properties. So same thing, such kind of things are being given for your program. Now this all what I had discussed with you all, just this is just a theory kind of thing. Now let's talk about programming also. Now one more thing is left out, that is polymorphism. Yes, I'll come to this thing also later on. Right now we'll just go with this part, and that is your programming. Now you'll say, sir, in this chapter there is no programming. I totally agree, but now I just showed you all something, and the thing which I showed you all, that was encapsulation. Then I showed you all something about abstraction. So let's see how it works now. Now सबसे important, see, this is your class. How you can get this class? By clicking on new class option over here, and then you get this part. This thing to everyone knows, but still a small revision. Then you right click on this, go to open editor, open this. Now see, I'll just create a small class over here for you all. Already the name is given by the compiler. So what I can do, I just edit something. Now so this is my just a class name I give. Now I can have some variables out over here, say for example int a semicolon. This is for storing a number. Then I take string string s semicolon. Now the string s is not a variable. This is a variable, but this is an object. Now you'll say, sir, how it is possible? Because this one is a data type and this one is a class. So in C programming, we had all these primitive data types like int, float, long, short. Now the string is being designed in Java, string class. Because in C, if I want to take a name, I cannot take it in double quotes. This concept was not there in C++ programming. In Java, they design a class, string, string string. Now this is having a nice feature. Now see, these people have made a class string which we are using it over here. And what we can do, we can neither store, I mean, we can store also, and we can also do some functionality. Like we do now, like s dot length, if you people have done with your string chapter. So वैसे we can do all the functionality with this s, but we cannot do it with a ka work is only to store, bas, that's it. No doing more than that. Just like your if your parent or your grandparents must be having some mobile, the earlier mobile with buttons. It can only make a call, receive a call, send a message, receive a message, but only that much. And the mobile phones which we have right now, touch screen wala, which is like internet is there in that. So like once the internet access is there, you can see the mobile data or Wi-Fi, whatever, so you can surf on the net. So all those features are there in your that touch screen mobile, you can say Android mobile or iPhone, whatever. So something that is this, and that is called as a class. Now in old mobile phones, we don't have much functionality, and that is your this old data types, that is your int, float, char, and all those things. Fine, this though I just showed you. Now this is my one class. Its name is sample, and it has two data members. One is your a and one is your s. One is of a type integer, one is of a type string. Now in this, I'll show you a nice example now, like how it works. Now here I take one more class and I give a name as, say, fun. If you want fun, I just give a name as fun over here. Now this is one more class. I go into this one. Now see what I'm going to do. Now inside this class, I want to use the features of that other class. Like for example, sample which I have over here. I want to use the feature of this class, or I want to use this variable over there, or the functionality if I put in over there. Like for example, I say pub public, I'll say void void, and then I put in over here as set bracket open bracket close, and I set a value for a, for example. I put a parameter over here, say for example int x, and then I write over here a is equal to x. That means I am storing or assigning the value of this parameter x to a. So I say compile. So this sample class has two data members and one method set, which is setting a ka value. Or I can have one more method over here, public void void, and I'll say display display, and I'm just displaying the value of a. For example, whatever value we have set will display. So for displaying, what you will require is system system dot out dot println, and once again I'll just, yeah, I'll remove this thing off. Now here, I'll put over here like, say, a is equal to double quotes plus, and I'm printing my eka value. So this is my small code, if you all can see, wherein I have two data members again over here and two methods, set and one is display. I compile, there is no syntax error. Now I go to fun class. See, fun class, another class over here. See, this was sample, this is fun class. Now I go into this and I type public stat ic static void void main. Now this is my main class, people. Now inside this, now see, today's example which I am showing you all, it is just to demonstrate what is encapsulation and what is abstraction. Now this fun class wants to use that sample class, so it will create an object, like how you all create an object of a scanner class, you remember, like sc scanner sc is equal to new scanner system.in. So similarly here we'll create sample sample class का object. I'll give any name. I'll say aa is equal to new, then I'll say sample sample background bracket close semicolon enter. Now see, as soon as I write this, if you see here, see, an automatic link is created from fun to sample. Now this link is called as composite reference, means these two classes are now friends, so they can actually access the data. Like fun can access data for sample, but not sample, sample cannot access data from fun. So since we have created an object of sample class in fun, we can do this. We can actually have a fun. Now see, now here I will write AA, who is the representative of sample class, dot A, the variable, or I should do one thing, wait, A is confusing, so I'll just write over here OB, like normally how you write object ka name OB. So here I put in over here as OB dot A is equal to, I write 12 semicolon. Now when I compile this, so it is not showing me any error. If you see, it is not showing me an error because A is already declared in that class. Now what I'll do, now I'll say ob dot, I'll say ob dot set, I'll say ob dot set, and I'll put some value in this, for example 10 bracket close semicolon enter. Then I'll say ob dot display display bracket open bracket close semicolon. Now when I say compile, it says no error at all. So let's see. Now I close this and I execute my fun class. I call the main method, and see this what I can get on the screen. See, it shows a is 10. Now why a is 10, I'll show you all these things. I'll show in a slow kind of motion. Now see, I'll go in sample, here I'll put a stop, here I'll put a stop. This is called as a debugging, like it will actually, it's not like spying on someone, but yes, it will show you the flow. Now I close this, I go to fun, I put a stop over here so that I can stop the computer control over here and I can check step by step how it goes. Now I close this. Now I right click on this one, I go to void main. Now see, the control comes and it stops over here. Now when I say step, automatically in that class, sample class ka object which is there in the memory, see it is there over here in the memory. When I click on it, see it shows a ka value is assigned to be 12. Now see, it is assigned to be 12. Now when I say step, yes, जैसे मैं step click करूँगा, see we are there in fun class. If you can see on the screen, we are there in a fun class. Now as soon as I click on step, it will jump directly to sample class. Now see, we have come in sample class. ये देखो, ये sample class में हम लोग आ गए. Now from here, if I see in this debug window, see x का value क्या है 10, because see from there we have passed 10. If you again, if I take you all back into fun class, see this one, see यहाँ पे हम लोगों ने क्या किया था, what we did was we have passed 10 over here. तो ये जो 10 है वो अभी यहाँ पे x पे आ गया. So right now
Means, sir, we
x,
have set age value as 12 and access value as 10.
हाँ, तो अभी क्या होगा, सी व्हाट इज रिटन इन दैट ग्रीन बार, a इज इक्वल टू x, यानी x का जो वैल्यू है, वॉट एवर इज द वैल्यू ऑफ x, सी आई जस्ट शो ओवर हियर x का वैल्यू विल गेट असाइन टू a। तो a में क्या है 12 जो हम लोग ने पहले डाला था। अभी x में जो 10 हम लोग ने पास किया ना वहाँ से हम लोग ने सेट को बुलाया एंड वी हैव पुट अ say argument as 10, so that 10 has been assigned to this x. Now when we have come in sample class and once I say step over here, सी ऑटोमेटिकली ए का वैल्यू भी 10 हो गया। देन नाउ वी आर देयर इन सैम्पल क्लास। अभी यहाँ से सीधा हम लोग जंप मारेंगे फन क्लास में। सी व्हेन आई से स्टेप बटन, सी वी लैंडेड बैक ऑन अर्थ। मून पे गए थे हम लोग, वापस आ गए। नाउ सी वी आर कॉलिंग व्हाट ओबी डॉट डिस्प्ले। अभी ओबी डॉट डिस्प्ले डिस्प्ले कौन मेथड है, वो किधर है? इट इज़ देयर इन सैम्पल क्लास। सो नाउ व्हेन आई से स्टेप इट विल कॉल दैट मेथड। तो व्हेन आई से स्टेप, देखो हम लोग वापस आ गए। नाउ वी हैव अगेन लैंडेड ऑन मून सैम्पल। Now over here it is printing display का content. So now if I say step over here, वो सीधा print करेगा a का value. See when I say step, see on the screen a is equal to 10. Now after this, when I say step, from here from sample we'll again jump back to fun. See जहाँ से हम लोग आए थे वहीं पे वापस आ गए. Now this I showed you all a demonstration. Now I'll stop this. Now आफ्टर कमिंग ओवर हियर यू पीपल हैव सीन के द फ्लो गोज इन दिस वे। बराबर, हम लोग यहाँ पे बैठे बैठे हम लोग ने सैम्पल क्लास को एक्सेस किया। नाउ आई गो बैक इन टू सैम्पल क्लास। सो दिस वॉज ऑल अलाउड, दिस वॉज ऑल अलाउड। सो इसको बोलते हैं एब्स्ट्रैक्शन। जो भी उसने हम लोग ने अलाउ किया उसको बोलते हैं एब्स्ट्रैक्शन। अभी एक काम करते हैं ना, हियर आई राइट PRIVAT प्राइवेट स्पेस। ना मैंने ऐसे कंट्रोल के यानी ए को मैंने प्राइवेट कर दिया। दैट मीन्स नो वन कैन एक्सेस यानी एनकैप्सुलेटेड। आई विल हाइड दिस। Now when I right click on fun and if I say compile, देखो यहाँ पे error दिखाएगा and the error says A has a private access in sample. That means आप A के I mean sample class के variable A को हाथ नहीं लगा सकते. Why? Because it is made private. That means that is encapsulated. Encapsulated means what? Hidden. उसको हाइड करके रखा है, हाइड करके रखा है इन द सेंस उसको कोई हाथ नहीं लगा सकता। और अभी आप बोलोगे सर फिर उसका वैल्यू कैसे चेंज करें? द वैल्यू वी कैन चेंज बाय यूजिंग द मेथड। और वो मेथड कौन सा है? यहाँ पे देखो, वी हैव अलाउड टू चेंज ए का वैल्यू बाय यूजिंग सेट मेथड, बिकॉज सेट मेथड इज गिवन द एक्सेस व्हाट पब्लिक। पब्लिक मीन्स क्या है कि वो एब्स्ट्रैक्शन, दैट मीन्स अलाउिंग। दैट मीन्स इट इज नॉट डायरेक्टली अलाउिंग यू टू टच माई डेटा, बट यू कैन टच माई डेटा, यू कैन चेंज माई डेटा थ्रू दिस मेथड। अंडरस्टैंडिंग आदित्य? तो ये ऐसा है, इसको बोलते हैं एब्स्ट्रैक्शन। और
Yes, sir.
इसको बोलते हैं एनकैप्सुलेशन। सी व्हेन यू राइट एनीथिंग इन प्राइवेट, दैट बिकम्स योर ई एन कैप। एंड इसको जो अलाउ करता है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज एब्स्ट्रैक्शन। आई होप दिस मच इज क्लियर। तो ये है आपको सिखाना मुझे आज। तो इतना ही रिविजन किया है कि लाइक व्हाट इज एनकैप्सुलेशन, व्हाट इज एब्स्ट्रैक्शन। ट्राई टू रिवाइज दिस। whatever program I have created, you people can also create and check it out like how it works. And if any doubt is there, you all can put in the comment or जो भी है, like you all can ask me this question. So if any doubt, Aditya, if you have any doubts you can ask me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, any doubt?
No, sir. No doubts.
No, you understood this part, right? Okay, so fine.
Yes, sir.
So next time we'll meet up with something more. This was just your encapsulation and your abstraction today. Maybe with some more example I'll come in the next part. Okay. Chalo then, bye. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
Bye.